Look at the broad spectrum of possibilities with political analyst Julio Teehankee. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. You heard Congressman Joey Salceda. He said it was certain that Sara Duterte will run for president. From your point of view, president, vice president, or none of the above?
Well, the initial signals, Rico, was that she might run for vice president as a tandem with Bongbong Marcos, no. But as of the latest word, no, apparently she is now seriously considering gunning for the presidency.
Why the presidency? Why not just form a formidable tandem with Bongbong Marcos and run for vice president? Or she runs for president and Bongbong runs for vice president?
Well, apparently the initial plan was really to have a formidable alliance between the Kingdom of the North and the Kingdom of the South. And that would have been a very formidable alliance. And as we have seen during their meetup in Cebu, no, it was apparent that they were going towards that direction. But we are not aware of what happened between that meetup in Cebu and what's happening right now, and what triggered Mayor Sara to finally decide to run for the presidency. Now, the initial bounce in the numbers of Bongbong Marcos can be attributed to the fact that Sara Duterte was not part of the equation. No? But now that she has reconsidered her options and now is set to declare for the presidency, this might cause nightmares for the Bongbong Marcos campaign.
Because prior to the filing of candidacies, the surveys already showed that Sara Duterte was leading the presidential race.
Yes,
and Bongbong Marcos was in second place.
Precisely. And Mayor Sara Duterte was the consistent survey frontrunner since late last year until early this year. No? So when it was apparent that she was not considering the presidency, her votes transferred to Bongbong Marcos. No? And that explains the huge percentage number of Marcos in the recent surveys.
All right. We heard Congressman Joey Salceda saying that Sara will run on her own terms. What does he mean by this, Professor?
Yes, of course. Part of the unfolding story or narrative that we are seeing right now is there seems to be some internal drama within the House of Duterte. No? So the political motivations and political interests of the daughter seems to be not consistent with that of the father. No? And there are some personal and political considerations that prevent Mayor Sara from affiliating with the president's official political party, the PDP.
So if Sara will run for president, who do you think will be her running mate?
Well, that's the big question. No? Of course, there's a long line of vice presidentiables, no, wanting to run with her. No? So that seems to be a non-issue at this point. No? So the fact is that she, being the early front runner, would be a formidable candidate. No? But the question here is that aside from the point that we have to make is that aside from making problems for the Marcos campaign, no, this will provide a narrow entry point for other candidates to exploit to benefit their own presidential campaign. And
so who do you think will benefit? Who do you think will benefit among the opposition candidates if Bongbong and Sara decide to run? I mean, if Sara decides to run for president?
Obviously, those within the top four of the current batch of presidential candidates. And I'm referring to, of course, Vice President Leni Robredo and Manila Mayor Isko Moreno. So there should be a lot of recalibration and recomputation on the on their electoral calculus, no, and this might benefit them
But
as compared to.
could there also be a recalibration in the opposition? Leni Robredo, Manny Pacquiao, Isko Moreno, Panfilo Lacson, will one of them maybe stand down before, or two of them stand down on November 15 to support one or two opposition candidates?
Yes, it's too early to tell, but we're still at the beginning, no, at the starting line of the race, no. So a lot can still happen between now and November 15 and between now and May of 2020.
Julio Teehankee, political analyst from De La Salle University. Thank you so much for your insights.